Ladies, let's be real, too many of you are out here giving your time, energy, and heart to men who are walking red flags. And I understand sometimes the attraction is strong, sometimes the chemistry feels undeniable, but you cannot afford to ignore the warning signs. The truth is, the wrong man will drain you, confuse you, and leave you questioning your worth. But the right man, he will bring you peace, clarity, and security. So if you want to avoid unnecessary heart ties, pay close attention, because if a man does any of these four things, you should not even entertain him, let alone date him. A man who is inconsistent in his actions is showing you that he is not serious about you. When a man truly wants to be with you, he will make it clear through his consistency, reliability, and effort. Inconsistency, on the other hand, creates confusion and emotional instability. One moment he may be showering you with attention, texting and calling regularly, making plans to see you, and acting as if you are important to him. Then suddenly he pulls back, disappears for days, becomes distant, or stops putting in effort. This cycle of back and forth keeps you emotionally attached while leaving you uncertain about where you stand. When a man is inconsistent, it forces you into a position where you start questioning yourself. You wonder if you are expecting too much, if you did something wrong, or if you need to change in order to keep his attention. But the truth is, a man who genuinely wants to build something with you will not make you guess. He will not reach out only when it is convenient for him, and he will not leave you feeling unsure about his level of interest. Instead, his actions will align with his words and his effort will be steady. A man who is inconsistent often lacks emotional maturity or is simply not ready for a committed relationship. He may enjoy the attention, but he does not want the responsibility that comes with truly investing in someone. This kind of behavior is not something you can fix or change by being more patient or giving more of yourself. Inconsistency is a sign that he does not value the relationship enough to be reliable, and if he cannot be consistent in the beginning, it will only get worse over time. Emotional maturity is a key factor in any healthy relationship, and a man who lacks it will create unnecessary stress, confusion, and emotional instability. A man who is emotionally immature struggles to take responsibilities, and often shifts them onto others instead of holding himself accountable. When issues arise, instead of working through them with honesty and understanding, he may resort to defensiveness, shutting down, or even gaslighting to avoid dealing with the truth. One of the biggest signs of emotional immaturity is an inability to handle conflict in a productive way. Rather than listening and communicating with respect, he may lash out, withdraw, or turn minor disagreements into major arguments. He may struggle to express his emotions in a healthy way, leading to unnecessary drama and tension. Instead of acknowledging his mistakes and working to improve, he may make excuses, play the victim, or refuse to address the real issue at hand. This kind of behavior makes it impossible to build a strong, stable, and lasting relationship. Emotional immaturity is an unwillingness to grow and evolve as a person. A man who is stuck in unhealthy patterns, refuses to learn from his past mistakes, and resists self-improvement is not someone who is ready to be a true partner. Emotional maturity requires self-awareness, the ability to regulate emotions, and the willingness to have open and honest conversations even when they are uncomfortable. Without these qualities, a relationship will be filled with frustration, unmet expectations, and emotional exhaustion. A man who lacks emotional maturity is not ready to lead, support, or nurture a healthy relationship, and being with will only leave you feeling drained and unfulfilled. Disrespect in any form is a major red flag that should never be ignored. A man who does not respect you will show it through his words, actions, and how he treats your feelings and boundaries. Disrespect is not always loud or obvious. Sometimes it comes in subtle ways like dismissing your opinions, making sarcastic or belittling comments, or not valuing your time and effort. He may ignore your concerns, interrupt you when you speak, or make decisions that affect you without considering your input. These behaviors may seem small at first, but over time, they create an unhealthy dynamic where your voice and feelings are not valued. A man who disrespects you will also disregard your boundaries. If you express what makes you uncomfortable and he continues to push past those limits, that is a clear sign that he does not take your needs seriously. Whether it is emotional, physical, or personal boundaries, a man who respects you will honor them without hesitation. Disrespect can also show up in the way he talks about you to others. If he speaks negatively about you behind your back, makes jokes at your expense, or downplays your achievements, he is not someone who genuinely values or supports you. Disrespect is inconsistency in how he treats you. If he is kind and attentive one moment, but cold and distant the next, he is not showing you the level of care and stability that you deserve. Respect should be the foundation of any relationship, and without it, there can be no real love, trust, or security. When a man truly values you, he will uplift you, protect your peace, and make you feel safe and appreciated. If he disrespects you in any way, even in small moments, it is a clear indicator of how he truly views the relationship. When a man is unclear about his intentions and avoids defining the relationship, he is showing you that he is not ready for something real. A man who truly wants to be with you will not leave you confused or questioning where things are going. Instead, he will make it known that he is serious and intentional about building something with you. If he constantly says he just wants to go with the flow or see where things lead, that is a sign he is not looking for commitment. It means he wants to keep his options open while still having access to you, which can leave you emotionally invested in something that is not leading anywhere. A man without clear intentions may also be inconsistent in his communication. One day he may seem fully engaged and interested, but then he pulls back, leaving wondering what went wrong. This kind of behavior is not an accident. It is a way of keeping you on the hook without actually committing. He may make excuses for why he does not want to define the relationship, saying he is not ready, he needs time, or he just wants to enjoy the moment. These are ways to keep you attached while avoiding the responsibility of a real relationship. Another sign that a man lacks clear intentions is that he avoids serious conversations about the future. If he changes the subject or gets uncomfortable when you bring up commitment, it is because he does not see you in his long-term plans. A man who genuinely wants to be with you will not shy away from these discussions. He will welcome them because he sees value in building a future together. When a man refuses to define the relationship or commit, he is showing you exactly where you stand in his life. A man who plays mind games is someone who thrives on control, manipulation, and keeping you emotionally off balance. Mind games come in many forms, but they all serve the same purpose: to keep you guessing, doubting yourself, and constantly trying to prove your worth. He may give you just enough attention to keep you interested, but then pull away the moment you get too close. This push and pull dynamic keeps you emotionally invested while never allowing the relationship to progress in a healthy direction. One common mind game is gaslighting, where he makes you question your reality and emotions. If you express a concern, he may dismiss it, tell you that you are overreacting, or even twist the situation to make you feel like the problem is you. This kind of manipulation is designed to make you feel insecure and dependent on him for validation. Another mind game is inconsistency. One day, he treats you like a priority, and the next, he acts distant and uninterested. This unpredictability keeps you emotionally hooked, always chasing the moments when he is affectionate or engaged. A man who plays mind games may also test you to see how much you will tolerate. He might intentionally make you jealous, flirt with other women in front of you, or ignore your messages just to see how you react. These behaviors are not accidental. They are meant to keep you emotionally unstable and seeking his approval. A man who genuinely cares about you will not engage in manipulative tactics or create unnecessary drama. Instead, he will be clear about his feelings, consistent in his actions, and intentional about making you feel valued. Mind games are a sign of emotional immaturity and a lack of genuine interest in building something real. A man who avoids accountability is not someone you want to build a relationship with. Accountability is a sign of maturity, self-awareness, and emotional intelligence. A man who lacks it will constantly make excuses, shift blame, and refuse to take responsibility for his actions. If something goes wrong, he will find a way to point the finger at someone else, whether it is you, his past relationships, his upbringing, or even circumstances beyond his control. Instead of acknowledging his mistakes and learning from them, he will always find a reason why he is not at fault. This behavior can show up in different ways. When he hurts you or does something wrong, instead of apologizing sincerely and making an effort to change, he may justify his actions or act like you are being too sensitive. He may turn the situation around to make you feel guilty for even bringing it up. Over time, this creates an unhealthy dynamic where you start questioning your own feelings and tolerating behavior that should not be accepted. A man who avoids accountability will also struggle with consistency. He may promise to change, say he will do better, but never actually follow through. His words and actions will not align, and instead of making real efforts to improve, he will continue to repeat the same patterns. A lack of accountability also means he will not take responsibility for his role in conflicts. Instead of listening and trying to understand your perspective, he may become defensive, dismissive, or even turn things into an argument just to deflect from the real issue. A healthy relationship requires two people who are willing to own their actions, communicate honestly, and grow together. If a man refuses to hold himself accountable, he is not capable of building a stable and lasting connection. A man who lacks emotional availability is not capable of giving you the love, support, and security you need in a relationship. Emotional availability means he is open to connecting on a deeper level, expressing his feelings, and allowing himself to be vulnerable with you. When a man is emotionally unavailable, he keeps you at arm's length, avoids meaningful conversations, and struggles to be present in the relationship. He may seem distant, detached, or uninterested in discussing emotions, making it difficult for you to feel truly connected to him. One of the clearest signs of emotional unavailability is his inability to communicate openly. If he shut down when you try to have serious conversations, avoids discussing feelings, or gives vague responses when asked about the relationship, he is not in a place where he can truly invest in you. He may be physically present, but emotionally he is not engaged. This can leave you feeling alone, unheard, and unfulfilled. Another red flag is his reluctance to commit. A man who is emotionally unavailable will avoid defining the relationship or making future plans with you. He may say he is not ready for anything serious, claim he has too much going on in his life, or insist he just wants to take things slow. These are all ways to keep a relationship casual without fully investing in it. He may also have a history of short-lived relationships or avoid discussing his past, which can indicate a pattern of emotional detachment. Emotional availability is essential for a healthy and fulfilling relationship. If a man is unable or unwilling to open up, express his feelings, or create a safe space for emotional intimacy, you will always find yourself feeling like something is missing. No matter how much potential you see in him, if he is not emotionally present, the relationship will never truly thrive. A man who is overly controlling is not someone you should ignore or make excuses for. Control in a relationship is not about love or protection, it is about power. A controlling man will slowly take away your sense of independence, confidence, and freedom, often in ways that seem subtle at first. He may start by making small suggestions about what you should wear, who you should spend time with, or how you should handle certain situations. Over time, these suggestions turn into demands, and before you know it, you feel like you have to ask for permission just to live your own life. One of the most common signs of a controlling man is his need to monitor your actions. He may expect constant updates on where you are, who you are with, and what you are doing. If you do not respond to his messages right away, he may accuse you of hiding something or make you feel guilty. What may seem like concern is actually a way to keep tabs on you and establish dominance in the relationship. A healthy partner trusts you and respects your autonomy, while a controlling one wants to dictate your every move. Another red flag is how he reacts when you set boundaries. A controlling man does not like when you say no or assert your independence. He may guilt trip you, become passive aggressive, or even get angry when things do not go his way. He may try to isolate you from friends and family by making you feel like they do not have your best interest at heart. The more isolated you are, the more control he gains over your emotions and decisions. A controlling relationship is emotionally draining and will only get worse with time. A healthy relationship is built on mutual respect, trust, and freedom, not control and dominance. If a man constantly tries to dictate your actions, limit your independence, or make you feel guilty for living your life, he is not a partner, he is a problem. A man who disrespects you in any way is not someone you should entertain. Respect is the foundation of any healthy relationship, and without it, there is no real love, trust, or security. Disrespect can come in many forms, subtle or obvious, but no matter how it appears, it should never be tolerated. A man who talks down to you, belittles your feelings, or dismisses your opinions is showing you that he does not truly value you. He may disguise his disrespect as jokes, sarcasm, or just being honest, but if his words or actions consistently make you feel small, unheard, or unappreciated, that is not love. Sign of disrespect is how he treats you in front of others. If he makes fun of you, criticizes you, or embarrasses you when other people are around, he is not a man who respects you. A partner who values you will uplift you, not use you as the punchline of a joke or make you feel uncomfortable in social situations. Pay attention to how he talks about you when you are not around. If he speaks negatively about you to his friends or allows others to disrespect you without standing up for you, that is a clear sign that he does not see you as a priority. Disrespect can also be seen in how he handles conflict. If he raises his voice, calls you names, or refuses to listen when you express your concerns, he is not capable of a mature, healthy relationship. A man who respects you will communicate with patience even in moments of disagreement. He will never intentionally try to hurt you with his words or actions. You should never have to beg for respect in a relationship, and if a man cannot give it to you willingly, he is not the right one for you. A man who plays mind games is not someone you should invest your time and energy into. Mind games create confusion, insecurity, and emotional exhaustion, and no healthy relationship can thrive in that environment. A man who engages in these behaviors is not interested in a genuine connection. He is focused on control, manipulation, and keeping you emotionally off balance. One of the most common mind games is hot and cold behavior. One moment, he showers you with attention, making you feel special and wanted, and the next, he pulls away, becomes distant, or ignores you. This cycle keeps you chasing his validation, wondering what you did wrong, and constantly trying to win his affection back. Another way a man plays mind games is by being inconsistent with his words and actions. He may tell you he cares about you, but his behavior does not match his words. He may make promises that he never follows through on or give you just enough affection to keep you hooked without truly committing. This creates a push-pull dynamic that keeps you emotionally invested while he remains in control. He may also use guilt or gaslighting to manipulate your emotions. If you call him out on his behavior, he may turn things around on you, making you feel like you are the problem or overreacting. A man who plays mind games will also keep you guessing about where you stand with him. He may avoid defining the relationship, send mixed signals, or make you feel like you are in competition with other women. This emotional instability is intentional. It keeps you on edge and makes you more willing to accept less than what you deserve. A healthy relationship is built on honesty, clarity, and consistency, not manipulation and uncertainty. Ladies, your time is valuable, your energy is precious, and your love is worth more than settling for a man who cannot meet you where you are. Do not let loneliness or potential blind you to the reality of who a man is showing himself to be. If he does any of these four things, do not date him, do not entertain him, and do not make excuses for him. Because the right man will come correct from the start. And when he does, you will not have to question if he is the one for you.